Alright, the idea of this video is just a quick little recording of how to move the data from Google Sheets over to Desmos. It's actually very easy. I'm going to take this data that I've got here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this down arrow on D where it says TCV. And I'm going to sort from Z to A because it puts the highest value at the top and then sorts the rest of these. So they're still associated correctly. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these two columns. So I'm going to drag down. I'm choosing in my data set to ignore any TCVs of 0. And so when you get the instruction sheet, this will make a little bit more sense as to what TCV actually is. Then I'm going to hit Control C for copy. Come over to Desmos. I don't have to do anything special. I just click within, say, number 1 and hit Control V for paste, and it just goes bloop, and now it does it. So now I've got my scatter plot in there. So I want to create a regression line, and this is also in the instructions, and I have a sheet for you. It's the same one that we got earlier in the year. So I'm going to say Y1. You don't have to put a subscript. You just put Y, type the number 1 next to it. It will automatically subscript for you. And then I want to do this little tilde thing, which is shift and then the far upper left key. And then I'm going to say mx1 plus b because it's in slope-intercept form. And now I have a bunch of these parameters. When it's asking for the correlation coefficient, that's this r thing, this little r. And you're going to record that number and then interpret it. What does it mean? And then I'm asking you to take a look at the slope and interpret that. What does that mean? So the coefficient, or the correlational coefficient here, that when I give you the definition of it and tell you what it does, you can just take that information and read directly from it. It's actually fairly self-explanatory in a sense. The slope is a little bit more nuanced. You have to understand what it means for slope. So this is some Algebra 1 concepts, but I'm taking it that next step and saying, now you know how to find it. Now what does it mean? So think about it in a sense of like, what are my x's, what are my y's, and how would I calculate slope between 2 x's and 2 y's? And that's really it. That's how you're going to enter all this stuff. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask.